2 guns, same target.
Happy Earth Day.
Is it Earth Day?
It is Earth Day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I haven't gone outside today much, so
Oh,
I wouldn't know.
Well, do you think that go outside the Earth was going to tell you it was its day or what?
I don't know. I didn't think. I thought Earth Day was supposed to be like, happiness and being outside and doing all this fun shit, but it's been raining all day, so.
Yeah, but we need the rain.
Do we?
It's been a while since we had some rain.
Yeah, I'd rather have heat and kill the coronavirus off. That'd be nice.
That might happen.
I hope it does.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be in the 70s next week.
Is it again?
Yeah,
Nice.
70s and sunny.
Nice. Well, it was nice the last couple of days, too.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't too bad. It was pretty nice.
I actually went on a little hike yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was nice.
I saw
It was
those
nice
pictures.
outside
Yeah.
to do stuff like that, too. Today, not so much. But
No, today is pretty miserable.
But after this rain, we get today and tomorrow, probably green up nicely with some more warm weather, too. Everything's still kind of a little yellow and gray, so
Hope we get some storms tomorrow.
that would be good.
Yes, it
We
would.
like our thunderstorms.
Oh, I love me some thunderstorms.
Me too. Me too. What have you been up to today?
Uh,
Or the last couple. This is our last podcast, I guess.
Well, I mean, I feel like we go through this every time.
Well, I know, but
more of the same.
more of
I mean,
the same?
there's not much I can really go out and do right now.
Well, you don't have to go out and do anything, but you can do things in. Have you done
I
anything?
do all the same stuff that I have been doing. In all honesty, I've been sleeping a lot.
Yeah. Staying healthy though.
Yeah,
That's
I've
good.
been shooting some hoops in the backyard, doing something.
That's
like that.
new.
And, yeah, I found that basketball in the garage last time we were digging around there a couple months ago, and finally got somebody to bring over a pump for us the other day because I can't find our bike pump anywhere. So we had somebody bring over a pump and pumped up and shooting around a little bit, but
Nice.
here and there,
That's nice.
getting outside at least.
That's good to do that.
A little something to do. What about you?
Nothing. Hike yesterday. That was something kind of new and different, but been cooking a lot. Watching a lot of podcasts, a lot of Netflix. Still haven't caught up on everything I want to watch on Netflix, and I kind of want to watch the Jordan documentary too, The Last Dance.
I've heard a lot of people talking about
I
that.
have too. I haven't watched any of that yet.
I
I don't
haven't either.
know if I'm going to save it and be able to watch a bunch of episodes in a row, or
Yeah,
well,
I've heard a lot of people saying a lot of good stuff.
yeah.
about that.
So I kind of
Could be
want to watch
interesting.
that, but
Yeah.
other than that, more of the same for me too. Puzzles. Just kind of chilling, waiting for numbers to start declining. It sounds like things have kind of leveled off, but now we need to start going down, and we'll see what happens with opening things up.
I read something yesterday that they're looking at starting to slowly open the economy back up a little bit
Yeah,
here in the next couple of weeks.
they're talking as long as some things are in place, I guess.
Mhm.
We'll see what happens. There's a lot of states that are probably doing it a little too soon, and probably states that shouldn't be the first ones to open.
For sure.
I think that if that happens and they start to spike, I think that could scare off the states that are probably more
Right.
apt to be able to pull that off too.
I don't know. I know Franklin County down in Washington's like totally saying "fuck you" to the stay-at-home order.
That's an interesting one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that one, but
We'll see.
we'll see what happens. I hope that everybody can stay healthy. I mean, you got to start somewhere, I guess, but I don't know if defying things and not following orders is the best way to go about doing
I
that.
don't know.
But they could just end up being the examples as to why we shouldn't do it too.
For sure.
I hope I'm wrong,
For
but
sure.
we'll see what happens. Some good hockey news.
A lot of good
A
hockey
lot of hockey
today,
stuff.
actually.
Today was the Bantam Draft for the WHL.
Mhm.
Chiefs picked up a defenseman in the first round.
Mhm. Sage Weinstein.
No,
No relation to Harvey, I hope.
I hope not too. Well, probably somewhere way back when. but-
You never know. Yeah.
So pick up a defenseman, help with their a lot of D-men they lost this year. So
Oh man, they lost a lot.
that'll
of
be interesting to
D-men this
see.
year.
And then I think they went like 4 or 3 forwards after that, and then picked up a goalie in there too, and then another
Mhm.
D-man. We'll see what happens with that. Made a trade earlier,
Yeah, that was good. I think that was a good trade.
picking up a guy that's not, I won't call him a goon per se, but a physical presence.
Somebody that I think the Chiefs will definitely need.
Yeah.
We'll have.
And is he a defenseman too?
I
thought he was a defenseman.
Yes, he is a defenseman.
So an older defenseman.
18-year-old.
So that'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Team's going to need that.
And I think we'll still have have a couple tough guys next year. We'll still have Chudley next year. I
Mhm.
think as a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
And then I guess now we wait and see what they're going to do with the 20-year-old situation.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Yeah.
They still have 6 of them.
I know. Well, hopefully number 3 finds a spot somewhere.
And Mike Boyle seems to think that he's staying. But who
I
knows?
know. Well, we'll see what happens.
But you can't forget, a couple years ago in the playoffs, we were watching online. Matt LeDuc had a turnover that led to a goal, and then Boiler goes to commercial, but you can still hear him on the online video feed.
Oh, that's
You
right.
hear in the background, Matt LeDuc, you're killing me.
I do remember that.
I have not laughed so hard in. Oh my god.
We might have to remind Boiler of that one at some
Mhm.
point
Yep.
over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
See if he remembers it too.
Yeah, you sure you want him to stay? You sure you think he's going to stay next year?
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
No?
I forgot about
Lots
that
of
one.
hockey stuff. We're watching Kelowna and Kamloops from 2013 right now, too.
That's cool that they've been putting a lot of these old WHL games up on
Uh-huh.
YouTube lately too. I saw Seattle today posted that they're going to put up all of their games from their 2017 playoff
Mhm.
run on YouTube here
Which
too.
is cool, too. I actually remember watching that that championship game. I think it was... I can't remember if it was a game 7, but it was the last game that Seattle had to win one more to win the championship,
Right.
and it ended up going to overtime in
Right.
Regina. They tied the game with a couple minutes left, and then I remember sitting in the chair right there watching when Alexander True came down the right
Yeah.
side, cut across, and then shot the puck and went off the goalie's pad right to him. He had a wide open net, and they're celebrating. I was so hyped. I was
Yeah.
so hyped for the
Yeah.
T-word.
Because a couple of years
Shout
prior,
out to the Bird Gang. I can't do that shit, but shout out to the Bird Gang.
because a couple years prior to that, when we watched Seattle playing Spokane when they were in the lean years, we commented, "Give this team 2 years, and these guys are going to be good."
For sure. And they sure as hell were.
And they proved us right because
Mhm.
they were a good team that year.
I mean, they were a good team, but they weren't anything spectacular up until later points in the year, which is kind of like how I think I saw the Chiefs this year.
This year,
too.
yeah,
And
even last year.
yeah, oh for sure. Last year was very impressive, but then I think this year we could have gone even farther,
Yeah.
which is just too bad that all this shit happened. I mean, we had a solid goalie, we had 2 solid goalies.
That's
I
a
think-
first.
Yeah, and then all the offensive firepower that we have this year, we had a 18-year-old scoring 100 points and shit. That's
Yeah, how about that? Beckman being the player of the year,
yeah.
and
Awesome.
Ty Smith for the
Mhm.
second time being
For the
defenseman
Western
of the year
Conference, yeah.
for the Western Conference.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who makes it for the actual whole WHL. I think Beckman will win Player of the Year in the
I
dub.
do too. I don't think
no
Ty.
doubt.
I don't think Ty will win
I
it for
don't
the
th-
whole dub.
I don't
But
see him doing that this year. Maybe if they had continued.
yeah, because he was coming on. He was playing
hot.
even better.
He
yeah.
was hot.
He
yeah.
was.
But then you think about how good we were defensively this year too,
Mhm.
and stuff.
You had an all-around
Oh
game.
My God, it's just
The
it's a
defense
fucking
got better
bummer.
as the year went on because a lot of those younger guys just kept playing and playing and
Uh-huh.
playing with Kral being out injured and
Smitty gone.
Smitty gone at World Juniors and stuff too. A lot of those younger guys got a lot of minutes that they wouldn't normally get. So
Yeah, I'm still so high on Graham Swore. I think he's going to be so good next
yeah,
year.
he's a pretty special player.
He's going to be good. I'm excited
that's
to watch him.
Me too. So I saw some NHL news today too.
Really?
They're not. I mean, again, they're throwing ideas out and stuff too. But the new talk now is instead of doing neutral site games, if they were able to resume in say July or something
Mhm.
like that, and they were talking about maybe originally using college arenas and things like that. Now they're talking about going to an arena for each kind of division
Mm-hmm.
and staying there. They talk Carolina, Minnesota, and Edmonton. They don't know what the Atlantic Division would be yet, but they're talking about having 3 games a day and having all the teams stay, close by, obviously,
Right.
in the same hotels and stuff too, and trying to play some, whether it's playoffs or play the rest of a few games to get into the playoffs and things like that too. But the talk out there now is they want to pick 4 sites where there's not very much COVID impact right now,
Mm-hmm.
and go that route and play some games. Like I said, 3 games a day.
I think that'd be awesome. I would.
With no fans, obviously,
Right.
and stuff too. But they're looking at that possibility. Is they're just trying to figure something out. They don't know. It's still going to come down to health official guidelines
Right.
and recommendations and stuff too. But they're trying to put something in place to make it as fair and equitable as possible, but still keep things safe and stuff too. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
You have to give them time to practice and stuff
Mhm.
too, and all that before you end up playing any games, whether it's regular season or postseason. But I think it'd be cool. I'm sure the players are eager to play again.
Yeah.
And stuff too. I'm sure they're getting sick and tired of being at home all the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I think that's a good thing. I think it's something to look forward to for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a possibility
Yeah, it's doable.
with them all talking about it as much as they are too.
They're trying to figure it out. They don't want to give up on things yet, so it'll
Mhm.
be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. I'm excited for that.
So that was the news that came out today. Again, it's ever changing, just like news on this is in every other aspect of
Mhm.
life. But
Yeah,
that was kind of interesting.
it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
Now, do you have any? I was thinking about this earlier today. Do you have any friends that are like quarantining with their parents or anything like that?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
How is that going? Do you know how that's going for people? Are they parents getting tired of kids, or kids getting tired of parents, or anything like that?
I mean, I have buddies that have, young kids and stuff too that are,
That too.
getting sick of being stuck at home all the time and listening to whining kids all day and shit too. But, not really.
No.
With what you were describing, not really. I don't have many people that are stuck at home with their parents that are around, my age and stuff too. But,
well, I saw this video today, and I was wondering if this is how things are going for parents out there right now.
Say in those circumstances. Oh, I think you've got to.
What? Fuck off! I'm on live telly! Fuck off out of it! Stay out of my office! I'm on fucking hell! Fuck off, you little twat! Sorry.
sorry.
So I wonder if that's how things are going for some parents and
God.
kids right now.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
If you're stuck at home. And you know what it's like being stuck at home with one person for, a week. It's imagine we're over a month now.
Yeah. So
Shit.
when kids walking in on their dad trying to talk to somebody or something,
Fuck off.
I thought that was pretty funny.
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it.
I thought that was
That's
good.
awesome.
So
But no, I mean, I know people that are staying with parents but stuff too, but I know it's mainly just people that I know that are living on their own, but just coming back home for the time being. But they still go back and forth to their own place
Do
and
they
stuff
still?
too, so they don't,
Yeah.
lose their shit like that. Basically,
yeah, that can't be happening only in England, I wouldn't think. So
it's got to be worldwide.
yeah. But anyway,
But yeah, that's
that was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on live telly. That's fucking funny.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Well, what else you want to talk about?
I don't want to talk to you.
You want to talk to me? I'm sick of my shit.
Yeah.
Kind of like that guy.
Yeah.
Sick of my shit.
I'm on live telly.
Are you on live telly?
Yeah,
We are kind
Get
of.
the fuck out.
We are kind of.
Maybe one of these days we just do like a live stream to YouTube.
I was thinking about that actually.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That
I was
would
thinking
be
about that a couple days ago. Actually.
That would be kind of fun.
Yeah. We'd have to figure out how to hook everything up with the video and then this and stuff too. But I'm sure we could probably.
We could probably just do it straight off the camera for the audio or something too. But
yeah,
I thought about that too.
definitely figure that out. It'd be cool. Something fun.
And
to
then
do.
you can save that afterwards and watch it.
Yeah.
Still be like
yeah, it's kind of like what the WHL's doing. They're technically doing a live stream of this, but it's still
Gotcha.
saved to their YouTube
Gotcha.
channel.
So you can watch it down the road
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Gotcha.
which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ability to do that.
That is cool. That is cool. So is any new music or anything out this since we did our last podcast that you want to tell people? You've been talking about music a lot.
Well, I was talking about that Currents
Mhm.
album and stuff too.
Mhm.
That officially got announced June 5th released. I pre-ordered that instantly.
Of course you did.
There's a lot of good stuff coming out June 5th. There's Currents, Make Them Suffer's album, and then In Heart's Wake, and then a couple other ones. And then today, The Ghost Inside announced their first album since their bus crash in 2014.
Yeah, that happened like 5 or 6 years ago, didn't it?
Yeah. And, both drivers involved in that crash died.
Right.
But it wasn't anybody that was, like, actually in the band. The drummer of the band lost his leg
Mm-hmm.
and had to, like, learn how to drum again with the mechanical leg or whatever. And
Mhm.
then all the guys had, like, a ton of surgeries they had to do and stuff, too. And they played their return show last July.
I remember
down
you telling
in
me about that.
California. And they put out a new track today. It was really, really good.
Is it good?
It gave me goosebumps. I haven't gotten goosebumps from a song in a long time.
Yeah.
So it was pretty special. I listened to the song on Spotify like right when it came out, and I haven't watched the video yet. You want to check it out?
Yeah, let's do.
Okay.
You got it pulled up here?
Not 100% sure if it'll be exactly your taste.
Wow.
Some of it maybe.
Some of it?
But I haven't watched the video yet, so I'm kind of curious to watch the video too. Should turn this down though, because I noticed you crank it up when I still had it plugged in, and it's gonna be loud as hell.
No, it's not. 'Cause once you pop these in, it takes the audio back down.
The driver of
Are you
a
sure?
tour bus
I just put
is
it back
dead
up.
after a head-on crash with an 18-wheeler. The band, The Ghost Inside, was traveling on that bus in El Paso after a performance in Lubbock. Gregory Hoke of
That's
Round
cool that
Rock
they put this
died
into the
along with
video.
The driver of the 18-wheeler, Stephen Cunningham. 10 passengers on that bus, including members of the band, were hospitalized. The band performed in San Antonio just 2 days.
Just this part of it makes me realize why you got chills.
For sure. And the bummer, because I was supposed to see them like 2 weeks before their crash. They were playing in Tri-Cities in a little music bar in Tri-Cities like 2 weeks before this crash on this same tour that they
Really?
were. Yeah. I guess it's footage from their return show. I'm gonna have to learn this. I don't have to cover.
Like I say, I can see this being a cover for you soon.
The breakdown after the first chorus is sick as
Sick?
fuck.
Yeah, well, we know how you feel about breakdowns. That's pretty cool that they're doing music again, because a tragic event like that, I can see would be pretty easy to just take your life in a different direction.
For sure. Sick ass breakdown.
Of course. How many times have you listened to this song already?
Too many to count. I listened to it the entire way up driving up here.
So like 20 times?
Something like that. I think this is footage from their reunion show. To put it into perspective, they had their reunion show at the same place where My Chemical Romance was supposed to have their reunion show, and they're like one of the biggest bands in the fucking world.
Right.
So they were supposed to do it inside at this place, but they sold too many tickets, so they made it an outdoor show to sell more tickets for this.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's the music
People
scene.
came in from all over the
Like
world.
you say,
for
the
this.
music scene got behind these guys.
For
I remember
sure.
when they had that show, and you were telling me about how crazy it was and how everybody was backing them up and supporting them. Kind of like athletes and teams, you know, something happens tragically on a team, everybody else in that league
For sure.
and stuff too. Same thing with the music scene. If something happens to a band, no matter what genre of music you are, everybody gets
Definitely.
behind you and stuff too. That's kind of neat.
You'll like this part.
Let you know that there's some good people out there still. I think that's actually the same exact stretch of road.
It is.
Oh wow.
That's the drummer.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That does give you goosebumps.
It definitely
I mean, I don't
does.
even know much about these guys, and I got goosebumps.
Mhm.
That's pretty neat. Good for them. So this is just a single. When they released, they haven't released an album or anything.
The
Just
album comes out June 5th.
so it's
on
our
the same release day as all those other
Gotcha.
things. It's a self-titled album.
nice. No,
and
that's
that's the cover art for it, actually.
pretty
right
cool.
there.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that so fast this morning.
That's pretty cool. Well,
Yeah.
you support the bands too, so
Oh, for sure. No, yeah,
That's-
I like that song a lot too. Actually,
that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
That song's good. Thanks for showing
Yeah.
me that.
Yeah.
My impression of that is, I mean, it's not but I could listen to that.
Oh, for
and
sure.
stuff,
It's
too.
not like overbearingly.
No, it's not. It's not. I'd like to actually listen to it a few more times and get the gist of the lyrics
Positivity
too.
with the lyrics
Yeah.
and stuff too. That's the other thing about them is if this kind of shit were to happen to any band, they're the kind of band that would be able to recover from it, because all their music beforehand was all about positivity and stuff too, and like pushing through shit and all that stuff too. But then having something like that happen to them and then making an album 5 years later after all that, it's
so. Maybe explain to people out there that don't really know this genre of music very well. This heavier stuff, the screamer stuff, whatever you want to call it. What do you call it? Is it hard?
I mean, it depends. There's different. I don't want to be a genre Nazi. But
Okay. So
there's different. That's technically like melodic metalcore, melodic hardcore.
So would you just call it metalcore?
I just call it metal.
A general.
I just call it hardcore or metal or something. Yeah.
So there's a lot of misconception out there that a lot of that music is all about angst and depression and all that kind of stuff too.
Not all of it.
That's the thing. So explain a little bit how many bands out there that are really positive, and even though it's a screamer music, and you kind of get this general impression, if you don't know and don't understand, you would think that it's devil music and that kind of stuff. It's amazing when you actually read the lyrics or listen closely, if you can, to the lyrics. A lot of the stuff is more positive than a lot of pop that's out there right now.
It definitely is, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Is they can't hear the lyrics because they don't have the musical ear for that kind of stuff too. So they just kind of base it off just the sound that it is, and it turns them off. But there's different kinds of bands that have different messages, and like even the same bands will have different kinds of messages in different songs too.
Right.
Like Amity Affliction, all their shit's about depression. And
right.
All that stuff too. But there is a lot of positives to it
exactly.
too. And the message that they try to portray is, basically that you're not alone.
We're all in this together, and we all have this. Exactly. And then they spin it into a positive. Right.
Exactly. It can be perceived a lot of different ways. That's what's cool about music, is you can kind of perceive it in your own way. Like,
yeah, the same song can mean something different to a lot of people.
Right. Exactly. It's just the way that you kind of think of the lyrics and stuff too, and the sound. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that I listen to that kind of music for the lyrics per se. Because I have a lot of different emotions too, so I'll go through like times where I'm pissed off, and I'll listen to like death metal and want to like hurt people.
But it's more, the beat of those and rhythm of those songs that does that too, not necessarily the lyrics.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And there could be music or the beat, the instrumental that makes you want to go into the pit and throw hands and do that stuff too. But then the lyrics that'll make you want to fucking cry at the same time.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just hit or miss.
Whatever mood you're in, that same song can affect you different ways.
And that's
too.
what's so cool about live shows too. So yeah, I just explain it.
I just know there's a lot of misconception that everybody thinks that's screamer stuff is devil music and all negative and stuff too, and a lot of it's really not. And these guys would be a perfect example,
for sure,
like you said.
There's
a lot of positive message in any kind of music.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You just gotta perceive it a certain way. It's just how you view it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But I figured you'd like that.
Yeah. No. Thank you for sharing that.
That's the first time I've seen that video too. So
we got to see it together for the first time. That's kind of cool. Very nice.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for sharing that with me.
For sure.
I appreciate that.
Yes, definitely.
I appreciate that. So what else should we talk about? Anything else we have to really talk about, or this new? There's nothing new. I mean, we're obviously getting tired of this COVID thing a little bit too.
I'm very tired of it.
But at the same time, we're staying healthy. Everybody in our family's healthy.
Yep.
Things are going well in that regard. A lot of people are getting angry and fed up with a lot of things. We're going to actually end this podcast with a video of a guy going on a rant, a New Yorker, that probably sums up what a lot of people are thinking right now in a lot of different ways.
How the government's handling it.
Yeah. But overall, I think Washington's doing good with it still.
Doing a great job. I agree.
I think I'm happy with the way things are going right now. Hopefully it continues. Hopefully we aren't too hasty in trying to get back going too quickly. But until some precautions are in place and some things are kind of laid out and some guidelines to follow, I don't think we just need to say, okay, today's the day, and then everybody just kind of go.
I don't think it'll end up like that.
I hope not. They've been pretty careful so far. I hope they continue that.
Yeah, I do too. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will.
It's crazy shit.
Did you notice that the toilet paper we planted a couple podcasts ago is actually starting to grow?
I like it.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It just needs a little bit of sunshine.
I don't know if we really need it anymore now because people aren't really stocking up too much anymore.
I was actually able to buy some the other day at the grocery store because I wasn't hoarding it. I actually finally needed some. It had been like 3 months since I'd bought any. But it was surprising. There was only like 4 packages of the one brand that I got, about 10 packages of another brand that was pretty expensive, and then a bunch of packages of the really cheap stuff. Now, the I would say the shelf was probably 9/10 empty still.
Really?
Yeah, which is kind of
Interesting.
crazy.
I'm sure they're not really rushing to stock up on it either.
No, because they're waiting for those people to return the stuff that they have, and then they can just put that back on the shelf.
Exactly.
Although they're not going to take that. People keep saying
Mhm.
they're not going to take returns on that. But ours is growing nicely, so
Hopefully we can use it soon if we need it.
yeah, well, it needed a little bit of sunshine, and we got sunshine and warmth the last couple of days.
Mhm.
So,
Now we're getting rain, get it out there, and
well, the toilet paper plant doesn't care for water that
Doesn't
much.
it?
No, it
See,
tends.
I'm not a gardener, so
Well, you don't have to really be a gardener to grow toilet paper.
I mean, I've never tried to grow toilet paper. I don't know
I hadn't
anything
either. It
about
was the first
so-
time. I'm just going on instinct. I didn't even YouTube it or anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we'll see how it grows.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hopefully we get a full roll here soon.
I hope so.
That'd be nice.
Maybe a package.
There you go.
Maybe I can take some starters off of it.
You can sell it, return it to the store.
Like, ooh, maybe I can sell it on the corner.
Make some money. There you
Sell
go.
it on the corner.
eBay it.
Ooh,
Make some money.
I never thought about that.
Mhm.
God, you're a thinker.
Start our own business that won't get shut down.
I like it because we can do it safely.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yep.
You youngsters are innovative. I like it.
Sometimes, not always.
I like it. Well, I tried to get your sister on podcast today. I tried to do a video conference thing with her 2 different times. First one I totally screwed up because I didn't have the audio on. So I had a great interview with her for like 10 minutes. No frickin' audio. So that was great. And the second time I thought I fixed the audio and I went to save it and it said error saving the video file, so that didn't save. So
Great.
I gave up. So I may try to pull her in to a podcast tomorrow, either video-wise, or she said she might even come up and sit in your spot and do one. I don't know, but if we add it to this podcast, great. If not, if it's for somewhere down the road, we'll figure something out too. But
Yeah.
I think we keep talking about it. I would like to start pulling somebody in.
For sure.
And,
Yeah,
and-
definitely.
And doing it too. I don't know, we want to try to pull anybody in now, or do we want to?
I mean, we could, but I haven't really given anybody a heads up.
Oh, yeah, we probably should give them a heads up first. I mean,
I don't want to sit here and call people and have them not answer, too.
or answer and say, what the fuck? And
Yeah.
stuff too. So, all right, well, maybe we should just end this
Do that
podcast
next time.
for now, and we'll leave people with the video, the New Yorker ranting and raving, and
Yeah, enjoy that shit. It's funny.
it's pretty good.
Very
And
good.
I guess we'll do another one of these soon.
Yeah, you bet.
All right.
Sounds
Thanks.
good.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep, go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
Just going to say it now. Dear government, we understand that the virus is not your fault. It happened. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into that idea that maybe you could have acted sooner. We can deal with that when this is all over. But here's the deal. We need a real fucking plan. It was the right move to make everyone stay home because that's the only way to deal with a virus like this. But here's where I have a problem. So, you told us to shut down non-essential businesses. You told us to go home and quarantine. You told us we have to keep social distance and stay inside. But you told us you would help. So where is the fucking help? These checks are what they are. I mean, let's be serious. I'm not going to turn away $1,200 because, number one, if you're going to give it to me, I'm taking it. And number two, it's our fucking money, not yours. It's ours. We paid that in taxes for everything we do every fucking day. So, okay. Look at the typical family. Mortgage payment, healthcare payment, car payments, electric, water, garbage, phone, blah, 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 blah. So maybe the $1,200 covers the mortgage. But what about all the other costs that we have each month? This $1,200 thing isn't doing shit for the normal working family. You want to help? Here's one idea. Tell the fucking banks and mortgage companies to stop all mortgage payments at this time. Just stop them. And don't give me that 3-month furlough bullshit. How does that even make sense? So someone who lost their job because you said to stay at home doesn't pay mortgage for 3 months, but in the 4th month they have to not only pay that month that's due, but also the 3 months they owed in full because it was furloughed? How the fuck does that help, you greedy cocksuckers? Someone was just unemployed and not earning money for 3 months. They weren't earning money. Hello? Now they just start back to work and all that money magically appears so they can pay the 3 months in a lump sum. How are they fucking paying that? Are you fucking idiots? Look, it almost makes sense that they can start paying the current mortgage due for the month when they go back to work. But they can't pay the prior 3 months. They had no income. So here's the idea. Just add the 3 fucking months of the furlough to the back end of the loan. So if they had, let's say, 19 years and 6 months left in their mortgage, just add the 3 months. So now they have 19 years and 9 months. How fucking hard is that? You'll get your money, you shitbags. It's just delayed. The working stiff wins if you do that. It really helps. It actually helps.